Well, good morning, church family. We're here with Pastor Mark, and Pastor Mark, you're not with us today, Father's Day. Can you tell us why?
Dear church family, over the last 6 months, Erica and I have been sensing that God had been preparing us for something. Unsure of what it was, we spent a lot of time in prayer looking for clarity. In the last 2 months, we have felt a pulling in our spirit that God had been calling us to change. Today, we are not with you because we have accepted the role to preach the call to be the lead pastor of New Life Assembly in Brantford, Ontario. It's with love for our church family that we have had the privilege of being a part of on staff for 6 years that Erica and I say this is bittersweet. Goodbye. On one hand, we are excited about the new adventures that God has taken us and are taking our family on in this next season of ministry. However, on the other hand, it is hard for both us and our kids, as well as we say goodbye to an amazing church family that have loved us and cared for us, and we have had the privilege of loving and serving. There are so many people that I want to thank, but I'd like to take a minute just to thank Pastor Courtney. You have been a great support to me. You've given me many opportunities to learn and to serve in our church. Your support in my ministry has prepared me for this next season and stage in my ministry, and for that I will always be grateful. I'm sure that there will still be many phone calls looking for advice. You're an incredible man of God, and I am thankful that God has placed me under your leadership for as long as He did. To the board and staff, I want to thank you for your support. Many of you have been great people and great people in my life and in my family, and I have the privilege of calling you friends. To our church family, we look forward over the next few weeks where we get to share what God has done and continuing to do in our lives together. Also, I believe very strongly that what God has in store for Innisfil and for Innisfil Church is great, and we look forward to sharing some of those great rewards with you.
Wow. This is obviously going to be a shock for many people, and I think you said you were here for 6 years. It's actually 9 years, right?
9.
9. You
9
said
years.
6.
Did I say 6?
You lost 3 years somewhere along the way here. But 9 years, it's been a great 9 years, and that's as long as really anybody's been here on staff with us. And we're so proud of you and for your family. You have served us so well here. You have been, well, we'll have lots of chances to say more in the future, but you've just been so faithful and loyal in your role here. But somehow in my spirit, I believe this is a great opportunity for you. I think that a door is opening before you to bring new life to another church in a great community with a huge potential. And I've been praying that God would send forth laborers into the harvest fields, not really expecting that God would do it this way and sending you to a harvest field somewhere else. But the need for harvesters is so great, and God, in His great wisdom, He knows that this is a spot for you, and so we're so proud of where God is leading you. Well, so Pastor Mark, I know that you over the years you've had several other calls asking if you would be interested in going to be their pastor, and you've always turned them down. Why is it different this time?
In ministry, we always knew it was possible that God would be calling us to move. We have had the great privilege of other people seeing something in us and desiring us to be part of their church and on staff. However, it never felt like God's timing. And we were always grateful for that because it allowed us to stay on staff here and be a part of this church that we love. However, this time really does feel different. And we feel that the Spirit of God is calling us at this time to do something else. So when Erica and I first interviewed, we felt an overwhelming sense of peace. And further, we took the process that peace continued. During that time, God has given us 6 signs that confirm that this is what our next steps need to be. So in our hearts, wanting to be totally obedient to God, we are leaving and accepting this new chapter as we look forward to what God has in store for us and for our family.
It's always mixed feelings. We are not excited to see you go, but we are excited to see you go. in the sense that when you're walking in the plan of God, that's where we're all going to be best in serving Him. We apologize for the fact that it was here that you lost your hair. But there are ministries that are difficult to fill. And as a board, we've already had some discussions about this, but we're very excited to see what God is doing in your life and what God's going to do in your expanded, full-time, fruitful ministry in New Life. We want you to know that we love you and appreciate you, and we want to, at the same time, release you to follow the leading of the Spirit as a fruitful ministry as a lead pastor. We are today praying God's blessings on you as you go. And I know there's going to be a time of transition, and we're going to have to work that out yet. But today is a very significant day in your lives, but also in the life of our church. And we are blessed to have you with us for so long. God bless you, and we'll hear more as we go forward.
Thank you.